Let's do a quick technical analysis. I'll explain why it's so important to understand what XRP is doing right now, since analyzing how this wedge is compressing, recognizing the significance of this defense zone, and identifying the traps the price has set for us all provide valuable insights. These clues help us understand what might happen next with Bitcoin's price and the broader crypto ecosystem, and that's exactly what I'll share with you in this analysis. By now, we all know that Bitcoin has been in a strong bullish momentum, moving within an ascending channel. So far, everything looks good. In general terms, the sequence of higher highs and higher lows remains intact, which is positive for Bitcoin. There's no reason to assume at first glance that the market must change its trend. If it does, it will let us know in due time. But for now, let's focus on the recent price action. Here we experienced significant volatility, which served as a precursor to what followed, an extremely aggressive climactic move within a key structure. This, at first glance, allows us to remain optimistic as we zoom into the 1-hour time frame, making it easier to analyze. We need to interpret this extreme volatility by incorporating the perspective of a massive climatic volume spike, accompanied by a very red delta. Objectively speaking, this tells us that major institutions have absorbed selling pressure to position themselves on the buy side, leading to this strong upward impulse in the Bitcoin system. When we understand market dynamics and recognize that institutional players have gone long here, it's clear that these smart money investors have no interest in putting their long positions at risk. That's why they create these defense zones. Think of them as the front line of soldiers in a war, standing firm against any threat to the king's interests. These soldiers hold their ground in the defense zone, resisting bearish attacks. As long as this front line remains strong, it provides a crucial signal. It tells us that the king is still determined to defend his position. However, if the front line of soldiers loses its ground, it means the royalty is no longer interested in protecting that position and is looking elsewhere. The consequence, as you can imagine, is that buyers will no longer be present to support the hypothesis. With this advanced technical analysis in mind, during the last Crypto Insight Premium Live session, we were evaluating the opportunity to buy into a trap around this area in Bitcoin to position ourselves long. And now, you'll understand exactly why. And why? Because it has the most separation. While XRP and others are stuck here, that's why we say, hey, XRP is less level. Because it's so close. Just look at Bitcoin, it's much further away. That's why it makes sense to look for buying opportunities, especially in Bitcoin and Ethereum in trap scenarios. You can take partial profits here, then here, waiting for the price to complete the trap at most, and then at least move towards the broader crypto market. As you've seen, Bitcoin gave us a solid opportunity within this trap setup, small, micro, but still a safe way to go long. Meanwhile, we've been much more demanding with XRP, looking for trap zones farther away from its own defense zone. You saw this same approach explained in detail during yesterday's Crypto Insight Premium Live session. The same philosophy applies to XRP. We have objective proof that major institutions, the strong hands, the smart money, have gone long. We can observe this pattern across the entire crypto ecosystem, not just in Bitcoin and XRP. But with these two examples, you can already start forming an idea. And thanks to cross-analysis, we can determine when an asset is more likely to fall further, as we've seen with XRP, Solana, and others. All of this is covered in depth during our Crypto Insight Premium Live sessions, where we analyze these daily trading opportunities. Now, let's discuss what we think could happen next on Bitcoin's chart and the rest of the altcoin market. But before that,
welcome to Crypto Insight, your ethical and moral channel for cryptocurrency technical analysis. Here, we really know what we're talking about. We conduct advanced technical analysis that has been developed for over 12 years. We upload videos several times a week. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, let me know and leave a comment with your opinion. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell so you don't miss the next opportunity.
let's take a step back and understand the broader crypto context. Knowing that Bitcoin is being protected by major institutions, let's look at Ethereum's chart. It's essentially doing the same thing, being defended at its support zone. For Ethereum, we could even allow for a possible trap within its structure without assuming it's the end of the world. It could happen. It would be a critical scenario. But the idea of attempting such a move would still be on the table. However, they don't have to trigger this trap. They could just push straight upward. Still, if it does happen, it wouldn't be unexpected, nor would it necessarily signal disaster. Now, let's get to the important part, XRP. Like the rest of the crypto market, XRP has been moving aggressively. Look at this massive drop, deep and strong. As you know, smart money has been absorbing and buying throughout this move. And now, right here, they are protecting their position. We've already seen structural traps playing out, the very ones we were anticipating. But here's what really matters. After a bullish impulse in financial markets, not just in crypto, there's usually a correction phase. In the case of XRP, this correction has caught our attention because it has been forming within a wedge structure. When these wedges develop, it means smart money is deliberately tightening the asset's range range of movement. This creates the false impression that the asset is losing momentum, which can discourage retail investors from participating. Once you understand the motivations behind smart money's buying and selling strategies, you'll see why they behave this way. Now, we won't go too deep into this right now because explaining it thoroughly would take over an hour. But if you regularly watch our videos, I'm sure you'll gradually pick up the advanced concepts we break down in our Crypto Insight content. So don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's get to the point. These wedge formations typically break out aggressively. That's the move we're looking for. And here we see what could be that aggressive breakout. However, we need to pay very close attention to the next potential obstacle in this move. There's no doubt that this next resistance level is at this micro creek, which sits around the $2.46 price level. So, in a scenario where we want to remain bullish in the short term, since we're looking at the 1-hour chart, we'd expect this micro bullish swing to continue upwards and reach the creek. However, we don't expect it to break through on the first attempt. There could be a pullback, and ideally it should develop within an advanced defense zone. That being said, we could also allow for a scenario where price revisits the main defense zone. But here's the key. If we see this defense zone getting lost, considering we've already had one trap play out, we cannot allow for another trap scenario. That would be a crucial sign that changes the entire outlook. And that's where we can start building a deeper analysis. What we're seeing here is that we cannot allow XRP break through the defense zone while still expecting to remain bullish in the short term. It's basically an indicator. If we lose that defense zone, it wouldn't be wise to look for long opportunities in the short term. And that leads us to another key insight. We could also say that it would be smart to look for opportunities in that zone, understanding that it could potentially be a market extreme, a very micro one, of course, which would allow us to set a very tight stop loss while targeting a bigger move. So ideally, we don't want to lose this defense zone. If it holds, we can remain optimistic and anticipate a visit to the macro creek at $2.75. This is what we could expect from XRP, and I see it as a strong proxy for the entire crypto ecosystem because it helps us understand how smart money defends key levels. That defense isn't infinite. At some point, they might stop defending, and if that happens, the price will drop. We can't predict when that will happen, nobody can. The only thing we can do is track the price action and adjust accordingly. And by doing that, we position ourselves to find the best opportunities and the strongest market entries. A very similar situation is happening on the Solana chart. In Solana, we already saw the market trap we had been anticipating in yesterday's Crypto Insight Premium Live session. Now what we should be looking for is a more extended upward move before considering Solana's defense zone as a key level. Under no circumstances should the defense be lost. If it does break, I'll tell you the exact same thing I just said about XRP. It would mean that the major players are no longer defending their positions, and that would strongly suggest that the market is about to drop, and drop hard. This is an essential takeaway. We are identifying a micro market extreme that, if respected, could very likely push Solana up toward $215, the nearest creek in its price action. And here's where we need to discuss a major risk in the crypto market. There's something we've been considering, something that could happen, hopefully later rather than sooner, or even better, not at all. Bitcoin, along with other cryptocurrencies, is warning us about a potential negative scenario, and I'm about to explain it to you because it's crucial to understand. But before that, I want to introduce you to our private Telegram channel, which is completely free. In fact, at the time of recording this video, we're also live streaming for the community. During these live sessions, we look for trading opportunities in the futures market. We focus on intraday trades, and within this community, members also share their operational ideas, what they're working on and what they're looking for in the markets at any given moment. It's honestly very interesting. This community is constantly learning and improving. So if you're an active trader and tired of trading alone, you can join our community. Signing up is very simple. The requirements are as follows. You need to be a user of BitUnix or buy DFI. Have deposited cryptocurrencies into your BitUnix or buy DFI accounts with a minimum value of $100, and use this account as your primary futures trading account. In other words, you need to be actively trading. Once you've met these requirements, simply fill out the form displayed on the screen. It consists of just 5 simple questions, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Don't miss this unique opportunity to become part of our exclusive Crypto Insight Premium community. Come join us, we're waiting for you. All right, so what is the real danger for Bitcoin and the crypto ecosystem? Well, something we've been keeping in mind is this bearish impulse, which has been forming a channel and is now developing into a range. And here's the big question, could we still see a deceptive climactic bearish move before the price makes the move it's setting up for? This all comes down to timing. A moment ago, I told you that we can't afford to lose that first line of defense. But now, I want to expand your perspective a bit. Large institutions often allow that first line to appear vulnerable, but only for a short moment. They create fear, let the market think it's breaking down, and then suddenly they step in with their golden soldiers, defend the position, and make their move. So, the question is, will this climactic bearish action happen right away? Will they first set up a trap and confirm the creek? Or will it simply not happen at all? In this video, I've shared our perspective, especially from an operational standpoint. I've walked you through something similar to what we do in the Crypto Insight Premium live sessions. But I have to say, in Crypto Insight Premium, we go into much more more detail, spending nearly an hour analyzing these opportunities in real time. The key takeaway is to closely observe how price interacts with the defense zones of different crypto assets. By doing that, you'll know what to expect and what kind of leeway we can give the price based on everything we've discussed. If at any point you felt lost, I recommend watching the video again. You'll likely pick up on new concepts. And if you found this advanced technical analysis interesting, let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so YouTube alerts you to future uploads. Good luck with your trading and see you next time.